Alright, so I'm a little bit late with this, but here's my Nintendo E3 review. The reason I kinda held off on this one for so long was because Nintendo had this whole Nintendo Treehouse thing going on throughout the week, and I kind of occasionally kept track of it. I really only watched the Smash Brothers segments, but I caught some of the other stuff as well. Anyway, the Direct itself is pretty much what kicked off the week for Nintendo. And for some reason there were these Robot Chicken-esque scenes all throughout it, which were actually pretty damn funny, so I quite like how they did that. Like, they started out with, "Don't worry, we're not going to announce a new Mario game this year." And then Mario got pissed off and left. And just, they really knew the Nintendo fanbase when they made that video. Because they had people in the crowd complaining like, "Oh, where's Star Fox? And where's Mother 3? So, either Nintendo really knows their fanbase, or at least the guys who make Robot Chicken do. Anyway, the Direct after that pretty much started out with Iwata and Reggie fighting for some reason. I was like, what the hell am I watching? But it turned out to be for Smash Brothers, because then they picked up some controllers and started beating each other up with the Mii in Smash Brothers. I'll admit, it was pretty much an inevitability that the Miis were going to be in Smash Brothers at some point. But just the manner by which it's executed, I just completely do not agree with that. They figured, oh hey, people like the Miis, right? Let's make 3 different Mii movesets. One who fights with fisticuffs like a gentleman, one who uses a sword, and one who has a Samus-esque arm cannon for some reason. What exactly was wrong with just using one Mii moveset? And actually, have the Mii use stuff that the Miis have actually used in the games that they come from? Like, I don't know, sports equipment from Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, or some stuff from Wii Play, or Wii Music, or Wii Party. I don't know, where the hell does the arm cannon even come in? That one's random as fuck. But yeah, Mii's in Smash Brothers, I'm not really pleased about that. Honestly, I don't care about the Mii's at all. But at least the good news is that if you're playing random online, you won't be running into the Mii's because they're banned there. Because God forbid you go and beat up random strangers online with Hitler or something. Luckily though, you can still use them against friends, so you can still beat your friends up with a Mii that pretty much has a dick on its face. And taunt them, haha, you cannot beat Dickman, he's too good. But yeah, Mii's in Smash Brothers. Not entirely pleased about that. Anyway, pull up my notes, because I don't really remember anything else, or at least the order of things. Oh yeah, they also showed that during the Smash Brothers Mii part. The, kind of Nintendo's take on the whole Skylanders / Disney Infinity sort of thing. Oh, this scares me so very much. Because you just know that there's going to be a shit ton of those figures, and you know they're going to be expensive as fuck. It's been a while since I've been in a game store and looked at the Skylanders and stuff, but aren't those like $10 a piece, at least? And then the Nintendo figures seem to be pretty big as well, and the bigger things are, the more expensive they are, so that does not bode well. Quite scared about how that's going to work. And I'm even more scared by something else they said sometime afterward. Pretty much there's going to be like multiple versions of the same character figure. So there's going to be like Smash Brothers Mario and Mario Kart Mario and all that stuff, and you apparently can't use them with any of the other games or whatever. I didn't exactly follow it to the letter how that stuff worked, but I can honestly say I am not looking forward to that at all. Let's see, next, we finally got some more info on that Yarn Yoshi game they showed off like 2 years ago, and then never mentioned again. Its definitive title will be Yoshi's Woolly World. And it has co-op and some other stuff. But honestly, it might be a pretty good game, but Come on, Nintendo. Another bloody 2D platformer. We are not playing the SNES anymore. Move on already. I mean, the Wii U can make these great expansive 3D open worlds, like the new Zelda that they also showed. And then you still give us 2D platformer after 2D platformer after 2D platformer. New Super Mario Bros. U was basically a slight upgrade of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I can kind of see past that one. I can see past Donkey Kong, because Donkey Kong was pretty damn good. But I'm kind of starting to get tired of 2D platformers by now. That's what the 3DS should be for. I mean, hell, the 3DS can probably handle 3D platformers as well. Look at Super Mario 3D Land. So, yeah, honestly, Nintendo, get with the times already. 2D is pretty much dead. Or, well, you can still release 2D games, but then don't charge 60 freaking bucks for them. Because they are very rarely worth it. Yoshi's Woolly World will be coming out in 2015 sometime. So, who knows when. The next game they showed definitely surprised me. Remember Super Mario Galaxy? Remember the group of toads that you run into on occasion? Remember the leader of that toad squad with the helmet light thing that he was wearing? He's getting a spin-off for some reason. It's kind of like a 3D Mario game, except you play as that toad guy. And he can jump. He can't really fight. It's more about solving puzzles or something, I believe. It looked decent, but the few levels they showed off were pretty damn small. So, I'm kinda worried about perhaps a lack of content in this game. But who knows, we'll see. Hell, maybe they'll even release it for like a lower price or something. And it's coming out around the holidays, so a new game, and it's not coming like 2 years from now. Chapeau, Nintendo, good job. Okay, aforementioned new Zelda game came next, and they said it's going to be a big open world with pretty damn good looking graphics, I must say. And open world game immediately makes me think of like Skyrim. If Zelda can take a page out of Skyrim's book and do it better, without all the obnoxious load times every time you go through a door, and without all the bugs and glitches, then it might actually be the first Zelda game I'm excited for. Because honestly, I've never given two shits about any of these Zelda games I've played. Wind Waker was boring as fuck. Twilight Princess was fairly solid. The beginning was slow as hell, though. And, I've never really played Skyward Sword because the motion controls were a big turn-off for me. But yeah, who knows? Maybe, the new Zelda game will finally be the one that makes me think positive about the Zelda series. Definitely looked more futuristic than your standard Zelda game. There was like a laser-shooting spider mech chasing Link, who looked especially feminine for some reason. And Link also had some sort of really futuristic looking bow and arrow with some lasers at the end of it or something. If they're finally taking the Zelda series a little bit further into the future, that would also probably make it more amusing for me. Up next they showed Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Well, pretty much just Ruby and Sapphire remakes. Honestly, I thought Ruby and Sapphire were kind of terrible. I mean, the region was boring as all hell. Way too much surfing in the latter half of the game. I really hope they're going to expand the Hoenn Dex an awful lot, because if they stick to the 200 Pokemon that were in it in Ruby and Sapphire, that's just going to suck. Some new Mega Pokemon, Mega Sceptile, Mega Swampert, Mega Diancie of all things. And I think they also showed off Mega Sableye somewhere. Honestly, I saw Sceptile, Swampert, and Sableye coming from a mile away. Because we got Mega Blaziken and Mega Mawile already, so of course all their counterparts were going to get Mega forms as well. And Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire will be coming out around November 21st. Although I believe that was the American release date. November 21st does happen to be my birthday, so if they have a worldwide release then, that'd be pretty sweet. Another reason I am kind of scared for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, though, is the recent trend of dumbing down all the Pokemon games. I mean, is it so much to ask for gym leaders that have more than 3 Pokemon, and Elite Four members that actually have, like, full teams? Because why the hell none of the gym leaders in Black and White and any of the games after that have had more than 3 Pokemon? And all of the Elite Four members have pretty much never had more than 4 since Black and White. What is wrong with making the game a little challenging? The Pokemon games are way too damn easy. I remember when gym leaders used to kick my ass in the good old days. Remember in Gold and Silver, Whitney and her Miltank? Oh boy, that was a good one. Or the jackass after that with the Gengar. Especially in Heart Gold and Soul Silver when Shadow Ball was actually a special move. God damn, that guy was hard. But yeah, Pokemon games are way too damn easy these days. Up next they showed Bayonetta 2. I've never played the first one, which is a good thing because they're also bringing that over to the Wii U and it's bundled with Bayonetta 2. So if you buy Bayonetta 2, you're essentially getting Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta 1. That is pretty sweet. I'm probably going to pick that up. Because it looks like a pretty damn good hack and slash game, and a quite fancy hack and slash game, so I probably should have played Bayonetta 1 a long time ago. Because when did that come out? Like 4 years ago or something? Probably around 4 years. Anyway, Bayonetta 2 will be coming out in October. So that's also going to be probably like a big holiday release for Nintendo. Up next they showed another Zelda game, the Hyrule Warriors thing. And it's another Zelda game that kind of looks interesting to me. Again, because it's more of a hack and slash. I've never played any of the Dynasty Warriors games because they were all a bit too Japan-y for my tastes. But Hyrule Warriors, I say, definitely looks pretty good. And it's coming out in late September, so I might pick that up as well. Up next, they showed a new Kirby game for Wii U, because, you know, we haven't had a Kirby game in a while. It's not like there was one on 3DS like a month ago when the Wii had 2 of them. No, we definitely need another Kirby game over, say, a new F-Zero or something. Anyway, it looks like it's gonna play like, what was it called? I think it was one of the earlier DS games, where you had to like steer Kirby through a level with the stylus on the touchscreen because he couldn't move by himself or something. It's called Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, and it's coming out in 2015. And again, Nintendo. It's a 2D bloody platformer. If you want to do like a 2D platformer that's touchscreen control heavy, stick to the freaking 3DS. This does not need to be a Wii U game at all. I mean, hell, it could have been on the Wii. You could have used the Wiimotes to pretty much just drag the tracks along which Kirby will roll around the level. Why the hell didn't they do that? Seems like that might have been a better idea than Epic Yarn. Anyway, they showed off that X game as well and revealed that it's called Xenoblade Chronicles X. The graphics were pretty damn swell, but if I recall correctly, they did show some combat, or at least how the combat works, in one of the previous directs, and it looked about as interesting as watching paint dry. So, probably not gonna pick that up. They also showed off Mario Maker, basically create your own Mario ROM hack. And they showed off some pretty damn impossible levels, so I guess we're finally going to be able to play all those impossible Mario games on an actual Nintendo system as well, instead of on the computer. That might be pretty interesting. Up next, they showed what might have been the most revolutionary game they had to show, Splatoon. It's kind of Nintendo's take on the shooter genre, I suppose. Basically, you're playing as squid people or something, and the objective is to pretty much splatter the entire arena with your ink. And there's going to be another team who's trying to do the same thing, and basically whoever covers the most surface of the arena with their own ink wins. It looks like a very interesting concept, and I've watched like some gameplay matches, and it looked hectic as all hell. And that's probably a good thing. I might definitely be picking that one up, but there are a few concerns I have with it. What are the other game modes going to be? Is it just going to be splatter the most territory all the time, or are they also going to do stuff like Deathmatch, or King of the Hill, or Capture the Flag, or I don't know? And is there going to be a single-player component, and if so, how is that going to be worked out? Because if it's going to be an online multiplayer-only game, then it can fuck right off, in my opinion. Hate online-only multiplayer games. But yeah, Splatoon, definitely a game to keep an eye out for. And they definitely knew how to finish the direct properly with more Smash Brothers, confirming Kid Icarus's Palutena as another playable character. Again, I've never played Kid Icarus Uprising, although I have looked into buying it recently because I've heard good things about the story, and I've heard terrible things about the controls. Apparently, Kid Icarus Uprising's controls are among the worst ever in any video game ever. So that's kind of intriguing. Definitely feel like giving it a try even more now. But yeah, Palutena looks like a decently interesting character, I guess. Much more interesting than the Mii, at least. Mii can still go and fuck right off. They also gave a little teaser for Miyamoto playing some sort of Star Fox game on Wii U, and apparently they later showed off the Star Fox game, which will indeed come to the Wii U, but I'm kind of scared for that one as well, because it seemed like it reused an awful lot of Star Fox 64's like stuff. Like the area that they showed off looked remarkably similar to, I think, where you fight the first boss. And one of the quotes that Falco said in one of the screenshots is one he says word for word in Star Fox 64. So if Nintendo is trying to remake Star Fox 64 again, then I'm going to be seriously pissed off. Star Fox 64 was already a remake of the SNES Star Fox game, and then it's been remade for 3DS, and now I really, really hope they're not remaking it for Wii U as well. Come on, give me a new bloody Star Fox game already. They also showed off some more of Miyamoto's crazy new ideas. I didn't really pay much attention to one. There was this one where you had to, I think you had to protect this base, and there were like security cameras set up all around the area around it, and you had to like look at 12 tiny screens to catch enemies before they approached or something. Didn't really seem that interesting to me, but there was one that did seem pretty cool, where you could pretty much build your own giant robot out of all sorts of shit, and then basically go and have a giant robot sumo wrestling matches. Really, really hope you're gonna be able to make some Pacific Rim-esque epic battles go on in that stuff. But it looked very bare bones, and I really hope it's gonna be in the works for quite a while. Because the way it looked right now, it is not going to be worth $60. Definitely still a game in progress. Let's see, oh yeah, Pac-Man in Super Smash Brothers. I honestly really don't care about Pac-Man at all. I think that if Pac-Man would have been introduced today, like in modern times, he would have been like one of those smartphone-only games, like freaking Angry Birds. So, honestly, I don't really get the fuss about Pac-Man. He doesn't really look all that interesting. In fact, I'm kind of sad about that, because more and more third-party characters means more and more chance that we're not going to see Snake back. Honestly, I take Snake over Sonic, Mega Man, and Pac-Man any day. Hell, in my opinion, if they removed Sonic, Mega Man, and Pac-Man and kept Snake, that would make me happier. Because Snake's an awesome character, and he was one of my best characters in Brawl, so I really do not want to see Snake go. And they also kind of confirmed Mr. Game & Watch is coming back, but that doesn't surprise me. I mean, why the hell would they cut Game & Watch? He's a unique character. Then again, they did cut Mewtwo in Melee, so I guess it's a possibility, but Game & Watch has been in 2 games already, so why the hell would he be cut? And then there also was the Super Smash Bros. Invitational Tournament. Oh man, that was so awesome. Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U looks so damn good. It looks so much faster than Brawl was. Because honestly, I liked Brawl way more than I liked Melee, but it was a little bit slow at times, so it feels like they definitely picked up on that and fixed it, so that's great. I'm gonna have so much fun with Smash Brothers for Wii U. And I guess the 3DS version as well. One thing that I didn't find amusing about the 3DS version, though, remember in, I think, April, they said, oh yeah, we're gonna have the 3DS version out during the summer. Well, they gave us an exact release date for the 3DS version. October 3rd. In what universe is October summer, Nintendo? You betrayed us. You lied to us. This does not please me. Especially because they said that the Wii U version is still on schedule for holiday season 2014. So there's going to be, at best, like 2 months in between the different versions. So I think that's definitely going to hinder sales for at least one of the two versions. I mean, why bother picking up the 3DS version when the Wii U version is maybe like a month and a half away? I mean, I can see people making that argument. But yeah, Smash Brothers 4 is going to be really, really good, even though I don't really care for any of the new characters they showed. The gameplay looked fast as hell. The tournament was pretty good, although I feel the person that ended up winning it should not have won, because he pretty much just basically all the matches were stock with a time limit, which I absolutely despise. Whenever I play, well, I never play time limit matches to begin with, and all my stock matches have no time limit either, because that way you can guarantee that the person who wins is the person who should have won. Because basically what happened is, there was one guy playing Zero Suit Samus, one guy playing Kirby. The guy playing Zero Suit Samus was kind of winning early on in the match, but the Kirby guy came back strong, and he was definitely shaping up to win. But then there was like about half a minute left or something, and the Zero Suit Samus player started running away like a little bitch, stalling out the timer, so that the game went into sudden death, and, well, Zero Suit Samus has a huge range advantage over Kirby, so he pretty much made short work of Kirby in sudden death. So, yeah, the running little bitch won, instead of the guy who actually actively tried to fight the entire time. That was a bit of a turn-off, but it only confirmed even more for me that I never, ever, ever want to play time limit matches. I think a couple of you will have had the opportunity to have played the new Smash Brothers already, because there were like demos in Best Buys all around America. And of course, Europe gets freaking diddly squat again. When will you start caring about Europe, Nintendo? Screw America. What good can you find there? Bring all the good stuff to Europe for once. But yeah, I should probably just wrap this up already, because it's been going on for way too damn long. So overall, I would rank the five companies with conferences as number 5. I would say, now that I think about it, I would probably say EA. Number 4, I would give to Microsoft. Number 3, Ubisoft. Number 2, Sony. And Nintendo has to take number 1, because Nintendo did a few things right that pretty much none of the others really did much of. And that is show actual gameplay. I don't really even remember if they showed any gameplay of any of their exclusives at like the Microsoft conference. I think all they showed there was just CGI trailer after CGI trailer after CGI trailer. There was, I think, some gameplay for like The Witcher and Assassin's Creed, but those are multi-platform games. At least Sony had gameplay of Little Big Planet 3. And I do believe the Uncharted 4 trailer was at least in-engine instead of a CGI. So, Nintendo takes the cake, not by an awful lot though. I think the showing was decent, but it could have been so much more. I mean, where is the new Metroid game? What the hell has Retro Studios been working on since they finished Donkey Kong like 4 months ago? Where the hell's the new F-Zero? And why wasn't there any Mario Kart DLC? I mean, you know Mario Kart DLC is coming. And honestly, I would kind of applaud it, because I've played the tracks that are provided in-game so much by now that I'm bored as hell of them. I haven't played Mario Kart in, I think, definitely more than a week. So, actually, I made a checklist before the conference. Let's see what it said. Super Smash Bros. Release date. Well, we got that. A disappointing one, but we got it. At least 5 Smash Bros. Characters, old or new. Well, I guess if you count the 3 Mii movesets as separate characters, we did get 5. Not really the best ones, though. Mario Kart 8 DLC did not get it. New Zelda for Wii U. That one is checked off. New Star Fox for Wii U. Kind of. If it's going to be another Star Fox 64 remake, it's not going to be a new Star Fox, so not going to check that one off just yet. New Metroid for Wii U or 3DS. Neither one of them. Bayonetta 2 release date. Yes, that we got. Release date for X. Turns out to be Xenoblade Chronicles X. I think they said sometime in 2015, but nothing solid. New F-Zero for Wii U. Sadly, no. Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire gameplay footage and release date. Yeah, we got both of those. And lastly, that rumored Wii U Pokemon fighting game that I think a screenshot showed up of like ages ago, but we haven't heard anything about it since. But, yeah, that's what I expected. We got a few things. We didn't really get the things that I wanted most. But who knows? Nintendo's pretty much the only company that does these like live streams all throughout the year, so who knows when they're gonna announce some more good stuff. Maybe the next Direct is probably gonna be in either July or August. Maybe they're gonna announce a new Metroid game there at some point. Fingers crossed. Anyway, thanks for watching this for nearly half an hour. I'm gonna wrap it up now because it's already way too damn long. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.